A lot of transfer work this year in the offseason for Coquese Washington, who added 3 transfers, only 8 scholarship players on the Rutgers roster. Certainly a challenging task ahead of Coach Washington. We head back to the stage and Big Ten Commissioner Kevin Warren.
Our next coach to the stage has a great history and tradition with the Big Ten, formerly coaching at Penn State University. She's very passionate about Play for K, which has helped raise funds for women who are battling cancer. A great player, a great coach. We are so excited to have Coquese Washington as the head basketball coach at Rutgers University. I know she's going to do great things, and it's good to have her back in the Big Ten family. So welcome to the stage, Coach Washington from Rutgers University.
Good morning. Thanks for such a wonderful turnout this morning for Big Ten Media Day. I'm really excited and thrilled to be back in the Big Ten. Looking forward to the competition in our conference and really being a part of the premier athletic conference in the country. We've got tremendous leadership with Kevin Warren and the rest of the Big Ten staff, and as well as at all the campus leadership across the conference. So it's really exciting to be back in the conference and looking forward to big things in the conference. So take your questions now.
Susie, first row here, just right in the front. Yeah.
Good morning, Coach.
Good morning.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Charles Harmon, Minnesota Sports Recorder. At least one time this season there will be a Big Ten game with 2 head coaches on either side that's black. They're becoming closer to that being a rule, not an exception, in your opinion?
That's a great question, Charles. I think it'll be exciting when that happens. But obviously, I think there's still a lot of room for growth when you look at the numbers in terms of diversity, in terms of people of color, leading programs, especially in the Power 5 conferences. You know, we certainly have had some movement in the last couple of years. We've had some good hires. There's still a lot of work to be done in that area, and it's up to our administrations to cast a broad and wide net when they have hiring opportunities to ensure that our head coaching ranks are reflective of what our players look like and where they're from and the diversity with that respect. So I think we've done well, but there's still room for growth and opportunity there.
Third row on your right, Coach.
Good morning, Cindy Brunson, Pac-12 Network. Congratulations on the job,
Thank
belated.
you.
You're taking over for an icon. We always knew what Steve Stringer was going to bring to the table. So what will a Coquese Washington Rutgers team look like?
Well, I think one thing that I always admired and respected about Coach Stringer was as much what she did off the court as she did on the court, how she cared for her players, how she challenged and nurtured and grew her players. So a Rutgers women's basketball team will still be reflective of that, even though there's been a change of leadership. Our style of play may be a little bit different, but Coach Stringer was known for great defense and low-scoring games. I kind of like to score a few more points, so the pace may be a little bit different. The styles may be a little bit different, but I think the thing that will remain constant and consistent is the pursuit of excellence, the pursuit of championships, and loving and caring and nurturing our players off the court in a way that's authentic and truly a positive representation of Rutgers athletics and Rutgers University.
Third row on your left, Coach.
Coach, good morning. John Fanta from Fox Sports. You just alluded to it a little bit about what the game plan is, but at Rutgers, there's a pedigree of winning, as you well know, and you know this league quite well. When you think about how you differentiate, how you find the separation of Rutgers women's basketball to then end up with the results that you want, what does that entail?
Well, it's not really so much about trying to differentiate ourselves or looking and comparing ourselves to what Maryland is doing or Nebraska or even Minnesota. It's really about establishing our culture, who we are, how we play. And there's those things are where, we talk with our team right now, we're in discovery mode, right? We're discovering who we are. It's been, actually as a staff and as a program, we've all been together since September 1. So, a little over a month. So we're still in discovery mode. And it's about laying the foundation of who we want to be. Our style of play, we like to play fast. We like to get up and down the court. And that's obviously where the game is going. So as we work to establish our identity and set ourselves up for long-term sustained success. It's not about winning a few games this year, but it's about being a program that's going to be a stalwart in the Big Ten Conference, and that's going to take some time and dedication to laying and building a strong foundation.
One more quick question, Coach, on the right side.
Hi, Coquese.
Hey, Mel.
Greenberg. Hi there. I'll ask John's question from a different way. Having been in the Big Ten and the fact that you really had to rebuild this thing from down deep, one, how useful has it been to have that Big Ten experience? And two, you put together quite a coaching staff in its own right. So talk about your hires a little bit.
Yeah, definitely think the experience that I have previously of coaching in this conference is going to be helpful. When you know how Brenda Fries likes to coach, or how Kevin McGuff at Ohio State likes to coach, or what Terry Morin likes to coach, how she likes to coach, that's certainly helpful, and definitely will give us an opportunity to understand the conference better. So again, it goes back to us being able to put together a team, put together a program, and build and create a foundation this year that's going to allow and provide for long-term success in this conference. And the talent base in this conference is really deep. When you look at the number of players that were drafted this past year in the WNBA, when you look at the players that are coming in that have such a high buzz nationally, that are coming back. So it's a very competitive conference, and that competitive nature is what's going to make our program better and what's going to make our conference strong as we head into NCAA play in March.
Coach Washington, welcome back. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
No doubt Coach Washington would love to follow the rebuild plan that Steve Pikiell has had Rutgers on since he arrived on the Banks. Made the NCAA tournament in consecutive seasons now for the first time since 1975-76. And while the Scarlet Knights do lose their top two scorers from last season, Defensive Player of the Year Caleb McConnell is back to harass opposing scorers. For more on Rutgers and the men's program, here's Kevin Warren.
Next to the podium is our head basketball coach at Rutgers University, Steve Pikiell, who is just leads with integrity and honor and grit and hard work, and always has tough basketball teams. Chris Corso, who works with him, who we worked for many years at the Vikings, just thinks the world of him. But I'm so glad of what Coach Pikiell has done in the area of combating paralysis for the Eric LeGrand Foundation and also Christopher Reeve Foundation. I know they have a game that they've organized to have all the proceeds go to those two organizations. Coach had two back-to-back NCAA tournaments. I know he's excited about his team, and I'm looking forward to seeing them play at the RAC, which is now Jersey Mike's Arena. So again, welcome to the stage, an outstanding coach in the Big Ten, head basketball coach at Rutgers University, Steve Pikiell.
good to have and good to see everybody. I first want to congratulate Coquese, Washington. We hit a home run. Our women's coach, she's following a Hall of Famer, and she's going to do an unbelievable job. So I'm glad she was right here before me. I also want to welcome Coach Willard to the league. He's a New Jersey guy. Did a great job at Seton Hall. I want to congratulate him on that. And I also want to welcome UCLA and USC will be joining us next year. So congratulations to those institutions. I'm honored here to be here. This is year 7 for us at Rutgers University. I work for a great president and an athletic director and a huge fan base. I'm excited about our team this year. I love our leadership that we have. We have a really nice blend of veteran players and of rookies and new talent. We have one player from the transfer portal. We did not lose a player in the transfer portal, so I'm proud of that. And I'm excited about returning 64% of our minutes from last year. And I really believe that we have a chance to be, really, really good in what is the best league in the country and even going to get better, moving forward. I have 3 representatives here today. I couldn't be more proud. Paul has only played an NCAA tournament since he arrived. He'll be our point guard. He led the league in assist last year. Caleb McConnell returns. He's the Defensive Player of the Year, and I think he has a chance to be the National Defensive Player of the Year. And Cliff, on his birthday today, real proud of him and his development. He's one of the best dunkers in the country, but he's a better person and basketball player. He keeps improving every day. I think he's going to have a special year for us. But 3 of them, great students and great representatives of our university. Paul graduated, Caleb too. Cliff is on his way. So real proud of those 3 guys and proud of the guys that are back home right now watching. And I know they're working hard, getting ready for what's going to be an exciting season in the most exciting arena, Jersey Mike's. We expect to sell out every single game this year. So we're excited about the environment that those guys have helped create, at our university. So with that being said, are there
Coach,
any
3rd row
questions?
on your left.
Steve, good morning. John Fanta from Fox Sports.
Hi, John.
You just talked about the returnees and what you feel. And just to expand upon that, for Rutgers basketball, the goal this year is to make a 3rd consecutive NCAA tournament. That's history at stake. How much do you feel the winning of the recent years, what you've built inside your facility every single day?
Well, I will tell you, there's an environment there. Our students and our players obviously have helped create that. They line up now. They come to games, the Riot Squad. We just have an unbelievable environment. And I'm thankful for our fan base, and it's a great state, New Jersey. But I think they really like our guys, and they respect how they play. They play with a little Jersey grit and excitement and enthusiasm, and they've been there. They've been there. Caleb has helped grow the program from when we weren't in the NCAA tournament. Now to have an opportunity to go 3 straight times, which has never been done in school history. And if you want to tack on the COVID year, that was a year we were going too. So we're doing some new things with Rutgers basketball. It's a credit to the players. And I also got to tell you, I have an unbelievable staff, and they've all come back. Brandon Knight, Carl Hobbs, TJ Thompson, Mike Larkin, Steve Hain. I mean, I got a really good staff, and that's part of it. You keep your players, you keep your staff. They understand the culture. They understand what you're trying to do. They understand the goals that we're trying to set for our program that have never happened before. So it's a grind, but it's an exciting grind in a league like this, and I'm just thankful. We got a lot of support back at home.
Coach, back right.
Coach Meyer Metcalf, ESPN. Between name, image, and likeness and the transfer portal, what do you think will have the greatest long-term impact on college basketball?
Well, I think obviously they're both huge, issues. I think everyone's trying to navigate all of them. I love the fact that student athletes have a lot of choices. I think they're both certainly going to impact where college sports is headed in the future. And I don't have the answers for that. I just know try to recruit great kids, and try to give them every resource and opportunity they can to better themselves in their lives, and try to keep them on our campus. And we were blessed this year not to have anybody in the portal. You know, and it's not an easy task because everyone wants to play and you only have so many minutes too. So those are certainly big challenges. I don't know which one is bigger than the other. Both coming at the same time certainly, you know, poses big problems for us.
Coach, last row on your left side.
Hey, Coach, Ted LaRue here with Big Ten. Ted, what makes the RAC so special? I mean, watching it on television, it is electric to watch. You look at last year's game against Purdue and just the crazy finish of that game and all the other games that you guys have had in Piscataway. From the sidelines, what makes that such a special environment to coach it?
I mean, just the energy in the building, and it starts way before the game. It starts leading up to the game, the days before. It's a fan base that's been very loyal and very passionate, and now we've added the elements of the great college students and their creativity and their youth and their enthusiasm. So Jersey Mike's is one of the toughest places, I think, you know, to play. We love it. We have unbelievable home court advantage there, and you know, keeping these guys around keeps it that way too. So you got to have good players, you know. Basketball is about having, you know, good kids that are willing to sacrifice, and we've talked a lot about that this year. They got to sacrifice minutes. They got to sacrifice their offense for defense, rebounds for, you know, points and those kind of things. And I think our fans sacrifice. I think our players do, and that has created like a great environment for us.
Coach Pikiell, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.